El presidente Donald Trump confirma que Estados Unidos bombardeó.
Im Krieg zwischen Israel und dem Iran setzen beide Länder die
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is warning that Israel's military is going to strike.
C'est une source diplomatique qui rapporte que le président Trump.
La grande novità è che è scattato il cessate il fuoco tra.
The Iran-Israel war. Who's to blame? If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please proceed and do so now, so that we can continue to bring you similar content in the future. The Iran-Israel war has been a pressing concern globally, with the recent U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear sites adding complexity to the conflict. Let's break down the situation and explore the role of the U.S., international reactions, media coverage, and the potential for peace. The U.S. role in the conflict. The U.S. has inserted itself into the war between Israel and Iran, with President Donald Trump's administration launching a surprise attack on 3 Iranian nuclear sites. The Pentagon claims the mission, dubbed Operation Midnight Hammer, was meant to destroy Iran's nuclear capabilities, not pursue regime change. Vice President JD Vance stated that the strikes have given Tehran a renewed chance of negotiating with Washington. International reactions, United Nations. UN Secretary-General António Guterres expressed grave alarm over the U.S. bombing, calling it a dangerous escalation. Russia and China. Both countries condemned the U.S. attack, with Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin to discuss next steps. Turkey. The Turkish Foreign Ministry warned about the risk of the conflict spreading beyond the Middle East to a global level. Qatar and other Arab nations. Qatar condemned Iran's missile attack on a U.S. airbase in Qatar, with other Arab nations, including Bahrain, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Iraq, also denouncing the attack. Media coverage varies across countries, reflecting different perspectives and biases. U.S. media. Reports in the U.S. often focus on the Trump administration's justifications for the bombing, with some outlets questioning the effectiveness of the strikes. Iranian media. State-controlled media in Iran emphasize the country's right to self-defense and criticize U.S. and Israeli actions. Israeli media. Coverage in Israel tends to support the government's stance, highlighting the threat posed by Iran's nuclear program. Languages Unlimited's perspective. As a translation and interpretation company promoting languages worldwide, Languages Unlimited advocates for peace and diplomacy in the region. They emphasize the importance of dialogue and understanding in resolving conflicts, rather than resorting to violence. Peace prospects and nuclear program. A ceasefire brokered by Trump appears to be holding, with both Iran and Israel signaling the end of their air war. However, the long-term prospects for peace are uncertain. Regarding Iran's nuclear program, early U.S. assessments suggest that the strikes may have only set back the program by months, rather than destroying it entirely. The effectiveness of the U.S. strikes in ending Iran's nuclear program is disputed. U.S. claims. President Trump asserts that the Iranian nuclear sites were completely destroyed, while Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Iran is much further away from building a nuclear weapon. Early intelligence assessments indicate that the strikes may have only delayed Iran's nuclear program by less than 6 months. In conclusion, the Iran-Israel war is a complex conflict with multiple stakeholders and interests. While a ceasefire has been brokered, the long-term prospects for peace and the impact of the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear program remain uncertain. Now it's your turn. What do you think about this war? Who's to blame here? Is it Iran, Israel, or the United States? Is there anything that can be done now, or in the longer term, to prevent future conflicts between Iran and Israel? Do the U.S. have the right to attack Iran because of its nuclear ambitions? Please let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.